Although founded less than 2 decades ago, Richard Mille's eponymous watch brand has cemented itself as a leading trailblazer in the horolosphere. From early days cutting his teeth at bijou-sized companies to creating one of the largest luxury labels around, we dive into the history of one of the world's greatest innovators. Make sure you are watching till the end. Perhaps unsurprisingly, the man behind Richard Mille is none other than Richard Mille. Born in Draguignan, France in 1951. He began his career not as a watchmaker but rather working on the marketing and management teams of various luxury brands. These included the watch division of the company Matra and its brands, such as Yema. Seiko acquired Matra in 1974, and Mille later moved on to jewelry company Mauboussin in 1992. Following a disagreement about commercial strategy at Mauboussin, where he was a shareholder, Richard Mille left his position as general manager of the watchmaking division of the Place Vendôme jeweler and decided to launch his own range of watches. In late 1998, he presented his plans to his friend Dominique Guenat, owner of Montre Valjean, whom he met in 1988 while working in Besançon for Compagnie Générale Horloger and with whom he worked on watches for Mauboussin. The professional relationship between the two men soon grew into a great friendship, fueled in particular by a shared love of cars, aeronautics and mechanics. Then they decided to go into partnership together in order to enhance and launch their plans for a new watch brand with the support of Lucien Tissot, a lawyer specialized in the watchmaking industry. In early 1999, Richard Mille and Dominique Guenat drew up their plans and the basis for the Richard Mille brand, in partnership with Guenat SA Montre Valjean and APR&P or Audemars Piguet, Renault et Papi. To this day, the company Guenat SA Montre Valjean still supports the development, production, and distribution of Richard Mille watches. Over the next 2 years, they defined their brand concept, combining the worlds of cars, aeronautics and sailing with the high-tech aspects of innovation, resistant materials and accuracy. After this, they began designing the future Richard Mille watches and subjected them to reliability and precision testing. Dominique Guenat and Richard Mille then founded Rm001 SA, their operating company for the new Richard Mille brand as equal partners, registered on 23 October 2001 in the Swiss Registry of Commerce. The first Richard Mille timepiece is introduced, the Rm001 Tourbillon at Baselworld in 2001, the World Watch and Jewelry Show held in Basel, Switzerland. Only 17 pieces were produced. This is followed by the Tourbillon Rm002, an evolution of the Rm001, enhanced with 2 features making their world debut, a movement baseplate in titanium, and a function indicator with winding, neutral and hand-setting positions. This manually wound mechanism was fitted with a ribbed tonneau-shaped case that revealed the mechanism, the main features of the brand's visual identity, and included a tourbillon caliber, a power reserve indicator and a torque indicator. The strap was made from leather and the crystal from mineral glass, and it had a water resistance of up to 50 meters. At the origin of his venture a bold vision, applying to watches the techniques and the materials employed in the most innovative sectors, such as in F1 racing cars or airplanes. From the very beginning, Richard Mille watches were born of experimental research on high-tech materials with a distinctive design to reinforce the idea of performance. In fact, one of the brand's first slogans was, "A racing machine on the wrist." In 2002, Richard Mille introduces the Tourbillon Rm003 with dual time zone and becomes a major participant in the first edition of the Le Mans Classic, an exceptional retrospective of the iconic 24-hour race. In 2003, the Rm004 split-seconds chronograph makes its first appearance. It took more than 5 years of development to perfect this model. Rather than the old method of using a column wheel that was stopped and started using a system of levers that would interact with the column wheel, the brand went after an innovation in the way the rattrapante worked by doing a pincer made of titanium, in which both arms work simultaneously, in order to grab the split-seconds gear in a single swift movement. In 2004, launch of the highly complex Rm008 Tourbillon split-seconds chronograph. Richard Mille enhances the collection with the Rm005 automatic with a date, and the first of the ultra-light tourbillon timepieces, the Rm006 developed with the first partner to join the Rm family, Felipe Massa. Not only are the shock-resistant and lightweight materials used in the Rm chronometers, such as aluminium lithium and orthorhombic titanium aluminide akin to those found in racing cars, but few brands are as frequently associated with the sport than Mille's. Namely, F1 driver Felipe Massa, a frequent wearer of Rm accessories while racing, is considered an unofficial tester. During his crash at the 2004 Hungarian Grand Prix, the Brazilian was donning a Rm006, and thankfully both driver and watch, owing to its carbon nanofiber baseplate, were left unscathed.
Oh là là! choc. Quel choc. Ça, je vous assure que là...
In 2005, the watch brand launched the Rm007, the first ladies' watch in the Richard Mille collection and an experimental model limited to 25 pieces, the Rm009 Tourbillon Felipe Massa, a material used in space exploration. And also, the first Richard Mille boutique opens in Hong Kong. In 2006, Richard Mille enters the universe of great yachts and leading skippers. The partnership with Perini Navi, world leader in luxury yacht manufacturing, gives birth to the Rm014 Tourbillon Perini Navi. The Rm012 Tourbillon is released, an extremely complex watch in its realization, exhibiting perfect visual harmony with its architectural, tubular design, minimalist structure and impressive lines. In 2007, Richard Mille soon made a name for itself in the luxury and ultra-luxury watch sectors thanks to its innovative materials and technology. Joining the Fondation de la Haute Horlogerie, presents the Rm016. With its extra flat, rectangular case, it becomes the first watch of the collection to depart from the iconic Richard Mille tonneau shape. The now emblematic Rm011 Flyback chronograph Felipe Massa is introduced. Richard Mille wins the prestigious Aiguille d'Or at the Grand Prix d'Horlogerie de Genève for the Rm012 Tourbillon. They then founded the Richard Mille watchmaking brand in collaboration with Swiss watchmaking manufacturer Audemars Piguet, which became a Richard Mille shareholder in 2007. In 2008, Richard Mille introduces two exceptional novelties with the Rm020 Tourbillon pocket watch and the Rm018 Tourbillon Boucheron, which boasts movement wheels made of precious and ornamental stones. A special version of the Rm011, the Le Mans Classic Limited Edition issued in 150 pieces, is presented for the fourth edition of the historic race. In 2009, a year remarkable for the introduction of numerous new models, including the brand's first diving watch and the first round case of the collection. The Rm025 Tourbillon chronograph, as well as the ladies' jewelry Tourbillon Rm019 and the Rm023 automatic. In 2010, Richard Mille participates for the first time in the Salon International de la Haute Horlogerie and few months later, introduces the Rm027 Tourbillon, which the new partner Rafael Nadal wears on his wrist at Roland Garros. At the same year, Michelle Yeoh becomes the first woman to join the Richard Mille family and the brand becomes the main partner in the first edition of Les Voiles de Saint-Barth. In 2011, Richard Mille introduced of the Rm017, Richard Mille's first extra-flat tourbillon with a rectangular case. Extension of the warranty from 3 to 5 years. In 2012, Rm031 High Performance is among the most accurate in the world today with its exceptional performance, less than 30 seconds per month of chronometric variation. The first tonneau-shaped watch in the world with a case made of solid sapphire is presented, the Rm056. With the presentation of the Rm039 aviation chronograph, the brand enters the world of aviation for the first time. This watch is also one of the most complex in haute horlogerie today, comprising more than 1,000 components. In 2013, the Rm2701 Tourbillon Rafael Nadal becomes the lightest tourbillon in the world, weighing less than 83 grams including the strap. Richard Mille and Dominique Guenat acquired a 90% stake in Prototypes Artisanals SA with former director Alain Varron retaining a 10% share. Founded by Marco Paluzzi, the company became ProArt and moved to a 3,000 square meters building in Les Brulot built for the production of watch cases and prototypes. Following the sale of case supplier Donze Baum to Swiss luxury group Richemont in 2007, the Richard Mille company began to invest in machining its own cases and some of its watch components. ProArt thus began to operate as an exclusive subcontractor to the brand. The French luxury world group Kering, controlled by François-Henri Pinault, made a proposal to buy the watch company to acquire 51% of the shares in the same year. But the proposal was rejected. Richard Mille remains independent. In 2014, a year dedicated to the feminine realm within the collection and proclaimed to be Richard Mille's Year of the Woman with the introduction of the Rm07, 01 and Rm037 in-house automatic calibers, its first precious metal strap, the Rm1901 Tourbillon and the Rm5101 Tourbillon Michelle Yeoh. In 2015, the Rm1902 Tourbillon Fleur, first automaton watch and flying tourbillon of the brand, is released at the Salon International de la Haute Horlogerie. A few months later, the Rm2702 Tourbillon Rafael Nadal demonstrates the first unibody baseplate. In September, Richard Mille introduces the Rm69 Tourbillon Erotic and the Rm2602 Tourbillon Evil Eye. In 2016, Richard Mille reveals the Tourbillon Rm5002A-C-J, the Rm6701 automatic extra flat with an in-house movement, a mechanical fountain pen. The Rm6801 Tourbillon Cyril Congo is the first collaboration of the brand with a street artist in creating a contemporary horological artwork. The next generation of the emblematic Rm011, the Rm1103, is launched at Chantilly Arts and Elegance Richard Mille. In 2017, Richard Mille presents the Rm5003 Tourbillon Mclaren F1, produced in collaboration with the famed Formula One team. With this watch, Richard Mille introduces an entirely new material into the world of watchmaking, Graph TPT, a high-tech composite incorporating graphene. The Rm2703 Tourbillon Rafael Nadal results in a new milestone. The main innovation of this extraordinary watch lies in the capacity of its tourbillon caliber to withstand shocks up to 10,000 Gs. In 2018, the Rm5301 Tourbillon Pablo Macdona, second polo watch, introduces the first laminated sapphire glass in watchmaking. Richard Mille officially announces its partnership with Mclaren Automotive during the Geneva Motor Show, presenting the Rm1103 Mclaren. Creation of the Richard Mille Young Talent Academy, a true operation for the detection of young talents while creating a real bridge between karting and cars. On 27 September 2018, Richard Mille announced it would be withdrawing from the Salon International de la Haute Horlogerie in Geneva after the 2018 edition, like its shareholder Audemars Piguet, as the show no longer corresponded to the brand's distribution strategy. In October 2018, Richard Mille opened its largest store in New York. It is the brand's sixth store in the United States, with a surface area of 390 square meters and is located on 57th Street, at 432 Park Avenue, in the second highest residential tower in the Western Hemisphere. At the end of 2018, the brand presented Richard Mille's first creation entirely supervised by a woman, the Rm7101 automatic tourbillon talisman equipped with the new CRMT1 automatic caliber house. In 2019, the Richard Mille Bonbon collection was produced. A rebellious collection in acid bright colors is released for its last Salon International de la Haute Horlogerie. A few months later, two new automatic watches are presented to the public, the Rm3302 and the Rm1104 Mancini. The new Rm6201A-C-J features a vibrating alarm, an all-new grand complication taking functionality and performance to new limits. The 2019 Singapore Formula One Grand Prix was the perfect occasion for Richard Mille to present the Rm5004 Tourbillon split-seconds chronograph Kimi Räikkönen alongside its partner. On the other side of the world, in Miami, the Rm5205 Pharrell Williams is released. In 2020, Richard Mille produces Rm1105 automatic Flyback chronograph GMT. The combination of these three high-tech materials helped to significantly reduce the weight of the Rm1105. The complete case construction is water-resistant to 50 meters, 165 feet thanks to two nitrile O-ring seals and is assembled using 20 spline screws in grade 5 titanium and 316L stainless steel washers. Richard Mille sold some 5,000 watches in 2019, representing an overall turnover of $396 million, mainly through the company's own boutiques, of which there are 41 to date. These spaces are as surprising as the timepieces presented there. May this video will encourage you. If you like this video, please give it thumbs and share. Thank you for watching.